Cosmic Consciousness Weekly for the week of March 6th through 12th, 2017. Welcome to the ultimate journey of the heart's resurrection. Venus has officially turned retrograde, and our individual hearts are now moving towards Source, shredding the skin of our past stories, conditions, and limitations. All that has ever kept us and humanity feeling separate and alone, abandoned and unworthy, polarized and misunderstood. Through the shedding of the skin and the untangling of collective emotional debris, our hearts are being nourished, upgraded, and liberated, infused with a whole new octave of unconditional love, calibrating our individual hearts to the one universal heart, which is the infinite vibration of pure love. This pure vibration of universal love is the new consciousness that is rebirthing our planet and our physical bodies. When our hearts are calibrated to the infinite realm of Christ consciousness, we align ourselves with the purest expression of compassion, kindness, and love for ourselves and all beings that only comes from the highest manifestation of spiritual wisdom. This heart consciousness is the new language, law, and currency that we are awakening to. This journey of the resurrected heart feels much like a snake moving slowly along the earth, with no legs or feet to run swiftly. By simply tuning into the physical sensations, resting upon the earth in stillness, each heartbeat communicates with the sounds and vibrations from below. Vulnerable and intimate, every sound creates the rhythm and vibration that slowly guide and snake through the unknown. Every sensation is heightened, and the relationship with the earth is strengthened and unified by faith and communion. Every heartbeat is like a drum, primal and percussive, calling out for tribal union. Every sound wave carries the frequency of unconditional love. When we allow our hearts to follow this sound and move towards Source, at times blindfolded through darkness and the unexpected terrain, we find ourselves in deep intimate relationship with Spirit. This primary relationship becomes the template for all relationships moving forward, as we shed our skin and reveal our light. This deep, intimate relationship with Spirit softens and opens our hearts, stretching far beyond any conditions, beliefs, or limitations that have ever controlled our heart's capacity to trust or receive love. When our hearts return home to Source, we can move fully into our heart space, thus truly finding home within ourselves. Any searching or moving outside of ourselves comes to a stop when we surrender into the still point within our hearts, and we find ourselves fully loved, fully supported, fully nourished, and in the divine presence of one and all. When I am alone, I am with all. There truly is no separation. The entire eclipse wormhole passage that opened on January 27th officially closes at the end of this week with the full moon in Virgo, which brings us to a brand new holistic alignment. In cosmic consciousness, Virgo is emotional wisdom, purification through wholeness, and also the pure divine heart that births Christ consciousness. Our hearts are now ready to integrate this newly refined emotional wisdom as we embark on Venus's journey. The week begins on Monday, March 6th with a superior Sun-Mercury conjunction. Mercury is the messenger, and this new cycle brings divine messages from our higher operating system throughout our cellular communications. On Tuesday, March 7th, Mars is in a stepping stone with Varuna. Our physical bodies can be accessed from a higher range of vision, from the infinite field of the all-seeing eye, which is also the eye. When we gain access to that universal scope of vision, we can see and understand our own physicality from a much higher perspective, Things that otherwise have felt confusing or mysterious can now be viewed with higher truth, clarity, and understanding. Wednesday, March 8th is a Mercury-Pluto resource and a Chiron Great Eliminator with Haumea. Our higher minds download important messages from the invisible realms that support our transformation by clearing and releasing old perceived wounds. As we let go of past limiting beliefs and perceptions, we can elevate beyond the chronic patterns and symptoms into a whole new understanding, which brings us to personal mastery and empowered wholeness. On Thursday, March 9th, the Sun and Pluto are in a resource, Mercury and Jupiter are in a great eliminator, and Mars enters Taurus. The moment we release our attachments to any limiting conversations and allow new thoughts to inspire new action, transformation is ignited. The spark of possibility gives us instant access to a whole new expanded reality. In cosmic consciousness, Taurus energy is the tree of life and also represents mental love and conscious obedience. When our thoughts are consciously disciplined and rooted in love, we plant those seeds from our mind into the earth and body for a whole new physical expression to take shape. Taurus holds sacred space, and our bodies have the potential to be the ultimate space holder for love to manifest. Mars in Taurus brings us deeper into the power we each hold to anchor conscious thoughts into our body as an expression of love. Every thought inspires actions that shape our physical reality. Friday, March 10th is a huge day, activating the upcoming full moon energy on Sunday. Mars is in a grand manifestation, a trine, with Kwawa and the moon. There is a huge theme occurring right now with our physical bodies, especially since Mars connected with the light bridge last week with Jupiter and Haumea. Our light bodies are being activated, and we're shedding the skin of our 3D physicality. Mars in Taurus with Kwawa in Capricorn and the moon in Virgo are grounding the light consciousness of our new paradigm into the earth, and the earth is responding with a reflection of wholeness and light. Mercury is in a great eliminator with Haumea, and Mercury is conjunct Chiron in a new cycle. Haumea is the higher octave of Virgo, and Chiron is the ruler of Virgo. There's a huge synchronicity occurring that is aligning our mind-body connection with the higher truth of who we are, in the purest essence of our light and mastery. This illuminates every wound, hurt, illness, and injury along our path that is and was divinely meant to call forth our mastery and bring us to the fullest expression of ourselves. Without the struggle, we wouldn't activate, develop, or step powerfully into our greatest gifts that we came to illuminate and express. Mastery doesn't come without refinement, and our opportunities for healing are what awakens us to wholeness. Saturday, March 11th is a Sun-Jupiter Great Eliminator and a Mercury-Ixion Stepping Stone. The illumination of our personal mastery and our wholeness is clearing the path for us to understand and step into our soul's blueprint and purpose. And finally, the week comes to a huge crescendo on Sunday, March 12th, with the full moon at 22 Virgo, the official closing of the wormhole passage that began on January 27th, and the delivery point of our fullest reflection of refined wholeness. The full moon is disposed by Chiron, revealing our inner mastery to resurrect and arise from the ashes of even the most detrimental predicament. This resurrection can only come from a space of refined and elevated emotional wisdom, which means being responsible versus reactionary to the current moment and environment. When we own each moment as if we chose it fully, we become empowered to receive the awakening available from every challenge. We refine ourselves and purify our hearts through each and every struggle and strife, becoming invincible through our commitment to honor ourselves and all, through being the response of love, through every thought, word, and action. This is how we holistically transcend and transform our current reality. This is the point where the wormhole has delivered us all, and the starting point of our heart's journey ahead, truly an epic journey of heroic proportions. The practice this week is to be mindful of all thoughts, spoken or unspoken, and the physical sensations that occur in the body. There is a feedback loop that occurs between the mind-body connection, and our state of mind and current consciousness is mirrored through the body and physical sensations. We are in a transformational week of clearing the attachments to old thought patterns and belief systems. And as we do, the body will be purging old sensations and messages. It's important to allow the body to let go, without creating new attachments or reactions. The best response to any physical sensation is always love and equanimity. Allow the body to release whatever it needs to release, and continue holding a space of loving kindness, no matter what comes up. The practice of equanimity is the ultimate practice of compassion that Christ consciousness is rooted in. Accept each moment of physical reality for whatever it brings, and consciously discipline all thoughts back to the response of love, and take action from there. Patience and perseverance, just like a tree, will extend those roots deep into the earth. This is the practice that allows the full shedding of skin from the 3D body, revealing the light body that has already manifested below the surface. Quote by Anais Nin: "There are very few human beings who receive the truth, complete and staggering, by instant illumination. Most of them acquire it fragment by fragment on a small scale, by successive developments, cellularly, like a laborious mosaic."